Hello again, good afternoon to you. Time now for business. There appears to be some pressure mounting on the Bank of Ghana to quickly move in and deal with gold buying firm Men's Gold. This was after preliminary investigations found that the institution had a system of accepting deposits without the central bank's approval. There's more in this report.
According to the Bank of Ghana's own Act on Special Deposits Taking Institutions, or let's say the laws that guide operations of institutions taking deposits, any firm found to be taking deposits without the written approval from the bank must be stopped. The law, however, prescribes some steps that should be taken before the final action. For instance, the Act states, quote, where the Bank of Ghana has sufficient reason to believe that the person is transacting or carrying on a deposit-taking business in contravention to the Act, the Bank of Ghana may, in writing, authorize an officer of the Bank of Ghana to perform some functions that would possibly lead to closing down of the business, end of quote. But in response to a question at the MPC press conference, Governor of the Bank of Ghana maintained that he wants to work with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, which issued the license before the final action is taken.
What is clear to us is that they have a system that accepts deposits from the public. That is becoming very clear. We are trying to have discussions with the ministry in charge of, is it Lands and Mineral Resources, who originally gave them their license, right? So we are trying to have discussions with the ministry on the way forward in addressing the Men's Gold issue. But we are convinced that they are taking deposits. And we don't want to act alone. We want to have an action which will be also backed by another arm of the government.
But some industry players and analysts that join business engaged are of the view that the Bank of Ghana has enough evidence to take the action on Men's Gold if it really believes that it's performing on illegality. Men's Gold had initially maintained that they were not taking deposits but commodity trading business by just buying gold. Now it appears the latest findings suggest otherwise.
And away from that, the government is optimistic the prudent measures put in place to sustain the economy will help the private sector. Director of Debt Control at the Ministry of Finance, Samuel Arquest, disclosed this at an ongoing panel discussion with a focus on Ghana's economy at the 3rd Annual CEO Summit, which is currently going on in Accra. Let's go live to the Kempinski Hotel to join a part of the discussion.
Financing. Any general thoughts on how to change the balance in terms of the value and the volume of exports? Because not just a volume issue, right? If you're exporting raw materials and you're importing finished products, you are still going to suffer. So are there any thoughts on the panel on how to overturn that trade balance qualitatively and quantitatively? Who's going to go first?
Just quickly, just to continue from what Paul left off, there is a lot more work to be done, but we are starting on a brighter note, because even though only 25% of the export of containers are loaded, for the first time in decades, 2017, Ghana had a trade surplus, right? Which means our exports in value were more than our imports in value. That's why I said that. And the trade surplus was $1.1 billion US. That's why I said that there is more to be done. If at this level we are able to generate that.
I'm sure that included oil exports, right?
Yes.
So when you take away the oil, then there's a deficit.
Exactly. And also,
no, I'm saying that to give it proper context.
Exactly.
Because oil grew by 80. Exactly. So if you add the oil exports, it gives a wrong picture of the real situation on the ground, right?
If you take the oil out.
And that was the first Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Maxwell Opoku Afari, making a submission at the ongoing CEO Summit at the Kempinski Hotel here in Accra. And that's it for business. More business coming to you shortly on the marketplace. My name is Emmanuel Apuaji Riafi. Have a good afternoon.